Hey Fandom, it's me for a comic show and another great week of comics. Got a huge stack of Image for 25th anniversary, all that. We have some DC, we have some Marvel. Let's get into it. My favorite book of the week easily is Curse Words by Soule and Brown. We have the second print #1. Pick that up if you didn't get #1. And then we have 3 different covers of #2. We have covers A and B. This is some bald Thor Hammer Minotaur, and he has a card up his sleeve wizard that says F you with the middle finger. And then we have the homage 25th anniversary that's like Invincible #1. Awesome. This book is so freaking good. It's great. It's like one of the great comics out there. It's my favorite new comic. And it's funny. It's silly, it's gonzo crazy, it's offensive, it's sarcastic, and really smart too. Like, Wizard is a smart dude, and he's trying to be good. He's trying to put his past behind him where he was a shady dude doing shady things, and you know, basically now just kind of help people for money. He has rules on what he will and won't do for helping people, you know, nothing involving love or any of that. But his past is coming back to haunt him, and he has to do some more bad things to be able to live the good life he wants to live, which, you know, we're all familiar with. And stuff happens, and he does some pretty heinous things, but then he's trying to make it right. And he's magic, so, you know, with magic you can always make it right, right? So yeah, it's things go to hell this issue, but he does do something right, and it's very, very witty, and Charles Soule is a friggin' genius, and Ryan Brown is insane. So yeah, they're like Pinky in the Brain, so it works. Moving on to Rucka and Fernandez, The Old Guard. This is a new Image comic, new #1. It's Exercise first issue, and I enjoyed it. It's 4 immortals, 1 woman, 3 guys. They've been around through time. There's little panels of them fighting and dying, coming back to life, all the way back to maybe like the 300 time or whatever, Greek, Roman, whatnot. But those are just panels. The story is now, modern times, dealing with modern, you know, headlines. They get hired to do stuff. Like, they get hired to do little ops, military ops, save people, fix things. They're kind of like an immortal A-team. And they get hired to find the 17 girls that were kidnapped from the school in Africa. And then it turns out that everything goes sideways. And they've been trying to keep their existence secret and have done so well for, you know, lots of years, maybe thousands of years. And now someone is very much trying to reveal it. And it's also witty and fun and Rucka, and if you like Greg Rucka, you will love it, and I loved it. Moving on with Image, this book, Gabriel Hardman, The Belfry. The Belfry is a one-shot. It's a horror one-shot, one and done, full complete story. I recognize his name from Star Wars Legacy. He drew that. I like that. He's done plenty of other things. He has his ongoing sci-fi book, Invisible Republic, for Image. He does storyboards. He did storyboards for the Logan movie coming out. And this is a horror story with kind of werebats and airplanes and craziness. And it was satisfying. It was fun. It was horrifying. It was a good story. And it's really cool to me to see, like, this master class, this guy do a one and done complete story that delivers and is satisfying. And it's a horror one-shot for $3.99. So get it. The art's beautiful. The story's great. You'll like it. It's mature reader. Outcast. You got 3 25s on here. The 25th anniversary of Image, the 25th issue of Outcast, and it's 25 cents because Kirkman doesn't need any money. He's making all his money from TV. So where other companies might have a 25th issue where they charge you $10, he's charging you 25 cents. And I read it, there is a major reveal this issue. It's a landmark issue, even if it wasn't issue 25 or 25 cents. The last page, huge reveal, was really major. And also, Volume 4 is out today. If you buy Volume 4 from us, we'll give you this free. Everyone should do that, but I don't know, maybe some stores need to make their 12 cents profit on that. I don't know, but we'll give it to you for free. Moving on, Snot Girl, this is one of those Image Volume 1, $9.99. I dig that introductory price point. It's Snot Girl, Green Hair Don't Care, Brian Lee O'Malley and Leslie Hung. You know Brian Lee O'Malley from Scott Pilgrim, Our Seconds, and it's a girl who's a model, but she has terrible allergies and lots of anxiety. It's comedy, lots of fashion stuff, romance, and basically it's like us, where we create this image of ourselves through pictures and online and all that, that we're so perfect and really we're not. Like, you know, I'm not going to put anything up on Facebook with me with a double chin, even though I know I have one. I'm going to do better angles or delete that picture, take it again, all that stuff. So in real life, she has snot all over the place and lots of anxiety with friends and romances. And, but as her career, she looks perfect. So get that, it's fun. I enjoyed it. I love Brian Lee O'Malley. Moving on, Jim Henson, The Power of the Dark Crystal, #1. This is the sequel to The Dark Crystal from '82. This is the sequel that never happened as a film. If you go on imdb.com, you will see that it's there as a film with a cast, crew, and the whole screenplay was written, and it never happened. So it's happening now in comics. Simon Spurrier is writing it. He's done all kinds of great stuff with Image and Marvel and other people, and it's great. It's beautifully drawn, and if you like Dark Crystal, you absolutely should get it because it does something with comics and pop culture that is unique to comics. It fills a niche that if they don't have the budget, they don't have the backers to do a movie or a TV show, it can be done in comics, and it's a visual medium, like instead of just being a prose novel. And the Whedonverse has proven that that is awesome, and now it's here, so get that. And also Street Fighter vs. Darkstalkers issue 0 is out. You either want this or you don't. I don't really have to say anything. Either this like titillates you and you're like, oh yeah, or you're like, yeah, I don't care. So it's here. I flipped through it. It looks good. The art looks fine. Yeah, if you're a super Darkstalkers fan, get it. They're fighting Street Fighter. So I guess Street Fighter is going to put aside their differences to fight the Darkstalkers. I made that up, but maybe it is. Rick and Morty, Lil Poopy Superstar with Mr. Poopy Butthole is out, collected. Mr. Poopy Butthole is in trouble, so he gets Summer to help him, and they go off on an adventure. And I can't wait for season 3 of Rick and Morty. So the comics have been great. Moving on to DC, Justice League of America issue 1's out. 2 weeks ago, it was Justice League of America Rebirth 1, which was a Rebirth one-shot, putting the team together, leading to this, the actual first issue, and they have their actual first mission going against the Extremists, who's a major level threat baddies with Lord Havoc and all that, and I really enjoyed it. I love Lobo, yeah, I love the Ray, I love the Atom. Vixen is definitely on fire in this book, and Killer Frost, now known as just Frost, is, I'm digging her arc, and this is coming right out of Justice League Suicide Squad, and you know this is a really important book to the overall narrative of Rebirth in the DC Universe because Ivan Reis is on it. And Ivan Reis is an A-level artist for them. He did Blackest Night. If he's on a book, they're putting a lot into it and behind it. Steve Orlando, great writer, like his voice in here, like the voice he has for the characters. But is Batman putting together this team for something to do with fighting Mr. Oz and the Watchmen stuff? Probably. There was hints about that in Detective 950. Hints, like I'm not spoiling anything, there's hints, I'm speculating. And this is a book to watch, but it's also highly enjoyable. Anyway, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, you got Van Sciver on here, Vendetti. The front story, great, you know, Kyle, Hal, St. Walker's back, awesome. The B story, Guy Gardner, love Guy Gardner. Guy Gardner versus Archaia, there can only be one, you know, badass shit talker, and that's gotta be Guy. So he takes on Archaia, and I've read some of the next issue and the issue after that because Van Sciver was here in town for a con and he had the original art, and the fight is insane and there's going to be a lot more Guy Gardner fans after this. And if so, we might have a Guy Gardner appreciation panel at Heroes Con. Vendetti is usually there. Hopefully we'll be there. We'll pitch this, and maybe we'll get Van Sciver there, and we'll have an awesome Guy Gardner appreciation panel because he doesn't get any respect, and you know, he deserves it. So come on, let's do this. And Suicide Squad, Who Killed Amanda Waller? This is the second part. I speculate who killed her was, you know, Deadshot, you know, who assassinates people and has a grudge and all that. But again, that's speculation, not spoiler. It's a cool story. I'm into it. We'll see. And finally, for DC, Wonder Woman, Volume 1, The Lies, Greg Rucka. Great critical review, great new book, and get it. It's out, collected. If you're waiting for it, it's here. You won't be disappointed if you're a Wonder Woman fan. Moving on to Marvel. Inhumans vs. X-Men 5 is out. I am cautiously optimistic about the X-Men and their place in the Marvel Universe and returning to their former glory and that feel of the X-Men, that they got their groove back with the first 2 issues of this, and Resurrxtion looks awesome, and I'm really wanting my X-Men back. And maybe this issue was good. I'm enjoying it. Soul and Lemire are doing great with it, but we'll see. We will see. I'm excited. Marvel needs to make their universe feel more like it felt before. There's been cumulatively and concurrently so many changes. Marginalizing the X-Men, getting rid of Fantastic Four, replacing a lot of their characters. Let's get the X-Men back. Let's get the Fantastic Four back. Let's make Marvel great again. Sorry about that. Moving on. Elektra, #1, Running with the Devil. It's another Daredevil spinoff. I read it. It was fun. She's in Las Vegas. She's fighting mob boss, pit bosses. She's helping out battered women. It was highly enjoyable. I dug it. And then I was like, okay, who is this Matt Owens that wrote it? Haven't heard of him really. Don't know what other comics he's written. I searched on Google, Matt Owens, comic book writer, because very common name. You pull up a lot of stuff. And it pulled up an IMDb, which has him as the writer of Luke Cage, the Netflix series, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. live model decoys. And yes, he writes for Hollywood stuff for Marvel. And now they got him on this, so that's cool. Maybe he'll be doing an Elektra spinoff for Netflix. Who knows? It's cool that Marvel got him and Gamora, getting Hollywood guys, since a lot of their comic writer big names moved on to Image. But it's a good book. It surprised me, much like Gamora surprised me. It's good. Clone Conspiracy tie-in. This is the last Clone Conspiracy of Amazing Spider-Man, issue 24. There is a Clone Conspiracy Omega in Cap coming up. This had some crazy stuff with Doc Ock and Ben Reilly. I have my speculations of what's going to happen with the Scarlet Spider book and what's going on. Not going to say that because whenever there's a final part, to speculate on what's coming after that, you have to spoil what is here. So I'm not going to say that, but it is exciting, and I'm excited about what's coming on next in issue 25 with the Osborn identity and all that. We'll see. Infamous Iron Man #5's out. And if you look at my last video that I reviewed this book with issue 4, I was like, Thing here and Dr. Doom, maybe this is where we're going to be getting our FF back. Maybe this is the book that's incubating that. And then this issue comes out. All right, so it's not a spoiler, I'm just saying, maybe, yeah. So just read that issue. And Doctor Strange has a new volume 3 out. I'm really digging Jason Aaron's Doctor Strange. Dig anything Jason Aaron does. Those are the comics of the week. Seriously, try Curse Words if you haven't. Try The Old Guard by Rucka. And enjoy comics. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.